Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Proverbs Series. I'm Luefras, Chapter 3. And we're reading from the New King James Version. Proverbs 3, Guidance for the Youth. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh, and strength to your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions, and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord, nor detest his correction. For whom he loves, he corrects, just as a father the son in whom he delights. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain better than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths were broken up, and clouds dropped down the dew. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so they will be life to your soul and grace around your neck. Then you will walk safely in your way, and your foot shall not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down, and your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, nor of trouble from the wicked when it comes, for the Lord will be your confidence, and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in the power of your hand to do so. Do not say to your neighbor, "Go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it," when you have it with you. Do not devise evil against your neighbor, for he dwells by you for safety's sake. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Do not envy the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the perverse person is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret counsel is with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the just. Surely he scorns the scornful, but he gives grace to the humble. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. I hope you've enjoyed this reading from the 3rd chapter of Proverbs in the New King James Version. As I said, in the opening episode of this series, definitely we can take heed to Proverbs for our life's instruction, just as my mother did with me as a child, as I explained how she sat down with me and read Proverbs and told me that everything I needed to get through this life, I could find in Proverbs. And the thing that leaps out to me tonight is about not leaning to our own understanding. Sometimes the way we see things and the way we understand can be so limited. But if we put our faith in God and we lean on God and we ask God, because we don't know it all. That's really in part what Proverbs is telling us. We don't know it all. We can't know it all. But if we lean on God, if we pray and ask God for wisdom, for discernment, for knowledge, it can change our whole course of life and put us in good standing for a positive outcome, instead of seeing things the way that we think they are based on our natural eye, because that's when faith comes into being also. But I love the part that tells us to trust in the Lord, because sometimes we trust in our things, we trust in our jobs, we trust in our possessions and how much money we have in the bank, but those things can be gone just like that. But God, He does not change. He's the same today as He was yesterday and forevermore. He will always be God. So that's why it's so important here in Proverbs, as it says in verse 5, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Not some of it, not some of the time. All your heart. And lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him. Again, not thinking so much of ourselves and thinking that we have all the power. No, it's the power of God operating within us, and we are to acknowledge that, and He shall direct our paths. And we can't go wrong if we let God direct our paths. So I hope you are enjoying the Proverbs series. I enjoy this time with you every day. Please keep tuning in and also share. Thank you again for joining the Proverbs series with Luefras on Luefras TV. Until tomorrow, be blessed.